Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best laptop SSD.
Starting at number 5.
Crucial MX 500 GB. If one thing is clear from our testing, it's that most modern SSDs perform about the same when using the most common SATA 3 and M.2 connections. Outside of some newer high-performance NVMe drives that we'll test later this year, most people simply should find the cheapest drive that works for them and go with that, especially if that drive offers a 5-year warranty. The Crucial MX 500 definitely checks those boxes, and at 250 and 500 GB it was as cheap as any other drive we tested. The one thing that held it back from our top value pick? The higher capacities were consistently more expensive. Still, if you want a great, affordable SSD at 250 GB or 500 GB, the Crucial MX 500 is as good a pick as any. It did perform ever so slightly worse than the best drives, but not enough you'd notice with regular use.
Coming at number 4.
Samsung 850 EVO. The venerable Samsung 850 EVO has been considered the SSD to get for years now. But at this point, it is just about off the market and the prices are fluctuating wildly. That said, if you can find it on deep discount for less than other current models, it's worth picking up. For most people, we'd recommend getting the newer 860 EVO, especially as it's faster and typically cheaper since the 850 stocks are basically all but spent. But if you come across one at a clearance price, just know that you're getting a drive that can still easily compete with the best on the market, especially if you're using the slower SATA 3 standard anyway.
At number 3.
SanDisk Ultra 3D. The SanDisk Ultra 3D NAND SSD comes in a wide variety of form factors and capacities, and it's very, very similar to the Western Digital WD Blue. That's not surprising, given SanDisk acquired Western Digital a few years ago and all these drives are limited by the SATA 3 interface. In our performance tests, the Ultra 3D SSD managed to slide right in among the middle of the pack, only narrowly behind our fastest SSD, the Samsung 860 EVO, and slightly ahead of our value pick. As with the others drives, it'll be a very fast upgrade over a hard drive, but you won't notice a huge jump over other SATA 3 SSDs.
Number 2 of my list.
Western Digital 500 GB. The WD Blue series of SSDs has been a highly rated, well-priced addition to the market since the middle of last year. In our testing, the 1 TB model managed consistently high read/write speeds, it's competitively priced, and it has a 5-year warranty. While the Samsung 860 EVO did slightly better in a few tests and is rated to endure more use over time, for most people, the WD Blue is a cheaper option that will perform functionally identically in day-to-day use. It lacks hardware encryption and doesn't come in a 4 TB package, but those are extremely niche concerns. Overall, there is very, very little performance-wise to choose between the WD Digital Blue and the rest of the drives we tested, so it's better to focus on value. The WD Blue does the best job of balancing performance, price, and a long warranty, so for most people, it's actually the best choice right now.
And number 1.
Samsung 860 EVO. The Samsung 860 EVO launched early this year as the follow-up to the exceptionally popular Samsung 850 EVO. Though the 850 EVO is still trickling out of the market, the 860 EVO is the successor and includes a number of changes that result in better long-term endurance and some minor performance increases. In our testing, the 860 EVO was a hair faster than the 850, even though both are limited by the SATA 3 interface's max speed. The 860 is actually the cheaper of the two now, as the 850 is leaving the market and prices tend to be higher. Though not as cheap as the least expensive drives on the market, with the 860 EVO you can expect slightly better performance, a long 5-year warranty, capacities reaching 4 TB, though M.2 versions top out at 2 TB, and support for features like hardware encryption that not all drives support. Across the board, the Samsung 860 EVO is the best laptop SSD that we tested. At typical capacities, It's only a tad more expensive than the other drives, and there's something to be said for the fact that it comes in nearly every form factor and capacity. Unless your laptop takes super fast NVMe SSDs, the Samsung 860 EVO is the best bet on the market.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.